Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the KP channel. I was just moderating in my Girl Love Lies and Lace Fronts live. And there seems to be, a trend of people coming into everyone else's live if you're welcome and addressing people that they don't like. And I've been a part of it before. I've even engaged in it before. But as a moderator, I'm just going to say for Love Lies and Lace Fronts, I remember her telling me, good morning, pineapples. I remember her telling me that if anybody comes into the chat and they are disrupting the chat, you help her out and you time them out. Now, let me tell you something. There has been, hey, Keith, good morning. Happy Friday. Um, there has been, our relationships on these YouTube streets change. There's times where, there's people that I'm now watching that and I like to follow and I like to support that I didn't support before. And I know that there's a lot of alliances and a lot of people. So let me just like talk about what I just experienced here. Okay. So let me give you a little situation background assessment and result. So the situation is, in the past, I did not support Meek Mob D. I did not have any reason to or not to support her. I didn't watch her. But lately, I vibe with her. I like her. I don't have anything against Paris Harley, but I don't really follow her. I don't have anything against Brittany Blabber. I used to follow her and she followed me at first because she liked my parodies. Now, a lot of people this morning were getting into it with each other in the chat because they don't like each other. The Mob Squad was in there, the Butterflies were in there, Love Lies and Lace Fronts Bougie Gang was in there, Toya Talks was in there, and many of these people, they have conflicting issues with one another because Meek Mob D, she is Keisha Kaylee's best friend, and Paris Harley makes commentary on Keisha, and Brittany Blabber. I just want to say, I'm gonna keep it real, girl. You attacked me in the chat just because I gave Meek Mob D a kissy face, or like, how old are we? But I remember I'm like 10 years older than you. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to make this about you. I'm just here to say that if you're a moderator, I just did my moderating job. I timed out people that were disrupting the chat. And I was called a weirdo for making a kissy face towards somebody that I vibe with. And I just think that it's ridiculous, and it's all good. But I couldn't time you out because you're a moderator. But if I could, I would have. And I even timed out Mink Mob D. So I'm just here to say that I'm gonna like who I like, and it doesn't matter if you want to unsubscribe from my channel because I vibe with people who I vibe with. That's up to you. But when the live chat turns into a war zone, what do we do and how do we deal with it? Well, we just, I saw a lot of people saying that a lot of the comments were unwarranted, and they absolutely were unwarranted. Yes. Thank you. I'll hold myself in the chat. And Brittany Blabber, I'm not inviting you on here, but girl, you are acting real immature up. And I mean, a lot of people were acting immature in there. The meaning of a mod. Wait, meaning the other mod. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me see. What did you say over there? We need. Yeah, I feel like I was being a fair moderator. Definitely. I felt like I was being a fair moderator, and I feel like we don't have to act like we're in high school, okay, when we see people. Everybody has can have their opinion, and for whatever reason, like, I do not the whole Keisha situation, I don't follow all that. I didn't. And if I vibe with someone, I vibe with someone. And that's that. So you can have your opinion. These YouTube streets. Let me see. Let me highlight your comment. It's so shameful that y'all all fall behind. Mink, it's not fall behind at all. Because if I fell behind her, I wouldn't have blocked, or not blocked. I timed out because she was disrupting the chat. No, I don't think anybody should be ashamed of themselves at all. Happy Friday, everybody. And I'm going to definitely have some. But yeah, I was like a little taken back by how, everybody in the chat they just could not act mature. I saw that Fran, I mean, she could hold her own and run, she's been doing this for a while. But, I just remember what she said. She was like, I expect the moderators to just keep it moving, keep it flowing, and that's exactly what I was trying to do. Okay, wait, hold on. What did you say, Nisi? But what do you guys think? Most of my viewers are between the ages of 30, 34 to 50 something. And what do you guys think in about, when you see somebody in the chat that you don't like? Yeah, I understand that she does not support her. I do. I get that. And just because she doesn't support her and she sees me blowing her a kiss or whatever, I do you think it's warranted for her to say that I'm kissing ass? But it is what it is. No, it's not. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, cuz. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. So the chat turned into a war zone because yes, keep your personal issues to your page. That's what I was thinking. I was like, if you have an issue, why don't you just go on over there and say, just like I'm doing right now. I mean, while I was in Fran's chat, I could have went back at Brittany for saying that. Well, actually I did. I was just like, who are you talking to? Because see, I wanted to be very clear, Brittany, that you were talking to me. I did not want to misconstrue what the fuck you were talking about and who you were talking to. Okay. So I see that we're not good, and that's okay. More blessings to you and your child and your life, good in everything that's going on with you. Okay, I did not, and to see, this is the thing. A lot of people they have a past, and coming for anybody's child in a vile way is not a good thing. And I don't know their history. I'm not condoning their history. I'm not I'm not condoning anything that was said about her child in the past. Brittany Blabber, don't take it out on me about whatever is going on with you and her past. I'm just talking about right now. Brittany has already addressed D on her own platform several times. Whatever Brittany does as a mod is her business. Well, yeah, I agree. I agree. But when she's addressing me, I'm gonna definitely say something back. Definitely. Okay. Hey, Love Lies and Lace Fronts. Welcome to the chat. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. FYI, I was reading my notes and I leave it up to my mods to manage the chat. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Maturity rings. And yes, yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. The chat was really interesting this morning. It was. Good morning, not on my watch. Good morning, everybody. I appreciate you guys all being here. I just was like, when the chat turns into a war zone, what do you do? Okay, you gonna like who you like, keep it cute. Yeah, I came in towards the very end. And so, I mean, there's been times where there's several people that are in French chat that don't like each other, and it doesn't go that route. It does not go like that. You have a great day too. You have a great day too. Yeah, and it is great to welcome everyone, and sometimes we can't welcome everyone because like we're trying to. Yeah, don't promote. Yes, I understand. Yes. That's when I started to time out, because it was just unnecessary. It was completely unnecessary to bring up outside issues that had nothing to do with the with the live at all. And so I feel as though my position is just as like what Fran said. It's like you run and the thing that I didn't like, I was accused of blocking people that support Fran. That's what she said. She said, you are blocking people that are supporting. And first of all, no, I did not block anyone that supported Fran Beloved. I timed them out because they were disrupting the live. Okay. So that's exactly what I did. And I'll do it again. Yeah. Yeah. And whatever residual feelings she has, you go to your channel and you talk about it there. That's my advice to you. Take it or leave it. Yes. So I just wanted to get on here and on my platform and say I will like who I like, and I will act accordingly in chats as I should, and I will not block, and if I did block, I apologize, Fran, if I accidentally blocked. I was just trying to time out the nonsense. That's right. I'm so glad I don't have to prove my value. That's right. Stay tuned for Spiritual Sunday. Keith and I are going to be uploading some of his messages and his content. Right now, this is not, I mean, I'm not going to address that because that's not what this live is about. And I'm not commenting on that at all. But thank you for being here. I'm not commenting on that. Yeah, take a deep breath. I'm just reading the comments right now, y'all. I'm not afraid of Mink's behavior at all. Speak for yourself. I'm not afraid of Mink's behavior. Nope. No, I didn't block anyone, Love Noel. And so I wanted to get on here and say I didn't block anybody. I was accused of blocking someone that supported Fran in her chat, and I didn't. I didn't at all. I just timed out and was trying to. Good morning, J Day. Good morning. I know. Thank God. I know. I'm not gonna hold on to this much longer. I just wanted to say that I guess, the chat turned into a war zone and I was just doing my moderating job. No one was blocked, Vicky. I was just accused of blocking people in Fran's chat that I did not block. She was just like, "You're blocking people that support Fran." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm timing people out." And she also said that I'm giving people kissy faces that are blowing kisses to weird people. So that's her opinion, and you're entitled to have your opinion of who you think is weird and who you don't like, and that's okay. But I like who I like, and that's fine. And if I did anything wrong, I told Fran, of course she can take my, of course she can do what she wants to do. She could take my stick. No, no, hard feelings. But in my my opinion, my unpopular opinion is like, you're a moderator and you're moderating in somebody's chat, and you're stirring up, strife, whatever. That's just my opinion. Is It's just ridiculous. But yes, just to make it clear, KP did not block anybody on Fran's live this morning. If you were timed out, and I think I timed out Tennessee and Mink Mob D. Somebody started speaking on something that had nothing to do with the live at all, and so that's what I did. Hey, Mink Mob D, and welcome to the chat. I'm not scared of you, sweetheart. A lot of people think that I just want you to know, and I'm sure you understand that I timed you out and a couple of others just because it was disrupting the chat, and that's on period poo. Okay. So that's that. I'm a fair person. I'm pretty fair. I believe that I'm a pretty fair person. Yes, you got timed out. I did not block you. Yes, it was fair. Thank you for saying it was fair. I even gave a warning. I was like, keep it cute. Keep it cute, or hold on one second. These kids, I gotta tell these kids to get up 1 second. My kid. Okay. So how do we go from here? What are we gonna do when we see somebody that we don't get along with in the chat? What do we do? Do we go ham? Do we go for the jugular? What do we do? Well, I say that it depends on the person. It definitely depends on the person. Right. I know that they were speaking on your pregnancy. That's why they got timed out. That was the first time out that I saw, or that I did, because I was like, okay, that was it. And then you continued to speak on it, and so I was being extremely fair. Thank you. I believe I was. Yeah, and at one point I've been messy in the chat, and I don't want to talk about it, but lames don't get names, but they get nicknames. There was a time when I was in Ty Cherie's chat, and I saw Fleefy, okay, and I was like a rabid dog when I saw Fleefy, and I started talking mess in the chat. And then I was like, you know what? I am 40. I'm in the 41st chapter of my life. Why am I going to start barking like a rabid dog at some female that I do not like? I mean, I have no respect for her, nor no one's factor. Like I would keep it real. Keith, I'm sorry, I would keep it real. I would just see red, especially when I would see no one's factor, and I don't care. Sometimes I'm gonna keep it real. There would be times where I would get not great pleasure out of anybody talking about her children. Somebody needs to delete that kitty whatever. I know I got some mods up in here. I have some spam up in here, y'all. Love Noel, girl, y'all. Why give life dead things? No thanks. Okay, I'm gonna delete this person here. You can block the spam for sure. She's out of here. Thank you. Yeah, so I just feel like when the chat turns into a war zone, what how do we behave after that? Will we have a decision to make. We could either just let this content creator run their live and not engage, or we can go on our own platforms and do and talk our shit. I want the same energy. You're funny. There was a lot of rivals in the chat, Teresa. There was, and I hope that when no one's factor. Yeah, yeah, no one's factor for sure. And maybe that's why, I don't know. There's and I heard, I'm not gonna lie, I heard when, I'm gonna bring it up, I caught a little glimpse of no one's factor saying that, she's doing she's doing the same things other people's doing, but people don't think that she's human. And oh, Fran is the only, yeah, like when I think about it, like I'm glad that you said that. Mink Mob D, Fran is the only reactor now qualified to speak on the House. Now, if I wanted to segue and just kind of give you my 2 cents on that, yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. Like I have no the reason why I do not respond, I don't really react on Keisha is because I don't feel, I'm not saying that all reactors that are further in life or financially like more established, they shouldn't talk about other people, right? That aren't on their level. But let me just say this. Keisha Keisha Kaylee is 28 years old, and she is like, I'm a woman enough to say she's more successful financially than KP. I don't own a house. I mean, I don't have, I have 3 kids, but I'm not raising 3 little ones under the age of 10. She has a way different life experience than I do. And that I don't feel like I can comment on. Like I did reactions on her regarding being a Scorpio. That's like the only thing I feel like I have a reaction on. But okay, I'll drop the link in a second. But I just want to finish my thought. So I don't react on Keisha, but the reason why I did react on Liv is because I'm a little older than Liv. I feel like I've had the same, some experiences. I don't know, similar. I just felt like I could react on Liv, but I don't feel qualified to react on Keisha. I don't have anything to that I could offer, like that is, I don't know, that's commentary on that, because I'm like, I haven't gone where she's gone. I haven't done the things that she's done. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna drop the link. I agree with you. I just didn't don't feel right. I don't feel right. I like to commentate on people that I feel like I can be transparent with. And to keep it real, I felt like I could be really transparent, and I still feel like I could be transparent with what Liv's going through because I've been through a lot of it. But I don't feel the same way about other people. So hold on, let me drop the link. Let me drop the link. Boys, we gotta get out of here. Okay. Sorry, I just had to yell real quick. Okay, Meek Mob D. Come on through and just show me. Wait, hold on. Do you guys see the link? Can anyone react? Wait, anyone can react on who they choose. Your opinion. Yeah, you're true. You're right. Everyone has a voice. Don't feel less than. You're right. Well, I guess you know what? That's probably part of like the shame in recovery. Like I'm like, oh, I'm like, I don't have a house. Like I don't have any right to talk about that. And you know, I don't know. You're. Thanks for saying that, Teresa. Hey. Okay. I know that's you. Is that you? Please don't porn bomb me. Can you show me your hand? Show me your hand. I hope I'm not getting porn bombed. Is that you, girl? Meek, can you show me something? Uh-oh. Okay. I hope I don't get bombed. I'm gonna you're not showing me. Can you show me your camera, girl? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. Hey, that's you. Hey. All right.
Sorry, I can't never get my camera to work on here, but it worked just now.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to say, like, as far as the chat goes, like, I don't. All right, and with reactors, you know, we've been speaking about like some dirty reactors, right? So it's like I feel like right now, as far as like the Keisha conversation, and I'm speaking on. I don't know a lot about the live conversation, right? But I think what's going on right now is that Keisha, the shift that Keisha is making as far as her content, the reactors that are used to just making money off of her, they can't relate to the conversation. So they can't relate to the conversation. So all they know is, okay, what we do is we dog Keisha out. So all we can do is try to figure out what's bad about something that she's doing, right? Or they're trying to find something derogatory to say, right? So, but they can't relate to the conversation. So a person who has actually purchased a house can relate to the conversation. And any woman, like, okay, I've never purchased a house, but I just been there with my mom purchased a house, like, and even with me like renting a house, I know it's different, but I'm excited for Keisha, right? As excited as I would be if I was to buy a house. So I think the conversation as far as like friend, because she's purchased a house, and
Right.
she's like she can't help but be excited about the whole like what's to come next. But these people that some of the people that are in her chat, all they know is to talk bad about it, right? So
Right.
they don't even know how to be excited. They don't even know how to join the conversation. Like they don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. Like, and from what I can see, friends like she. Oh, it's like her conversation is going towards like, okay, I want to see the renovations of the house. You want to talk about finance. You want to help people.
Right.
Like today, she was talking about, do you guys want to like an interior decorator to come in and see what she's the people like, and it's almost like the conversation that they want to have is not allowing her to stay in the conversation of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, for
Yeah, I
instance,
do. And I also wanted to say that a lot of people are like bringing up past beef and past hurtful things that were said on both parts, and trying to like bring up asking me like, oh, well, do you think it's wrong to misgender? And it's like, I don't want to talk about that right now
yeah,
because
like I didn't misgender Paris in the damn chat. I don't think. I don't.
no, you didn't. You didn't misgender her Paris in the chat. However, people were just bringing up like asking me questions, like trying to insert me like my get my opinion to try to, I don't know what the outcome of
Well,
that
can
is.
I just ask a question? Like, is Paris a frequent person that's in the chat often?
No, but not at
Oh,
all. I just felt
okay.
like,
So when I come
and,
there,
I felt like once you entered the chat, personally, my opinion is all of a sudden you enter the chat, then all of a sudden Brittany enters the chat, Paris enters the chat, Brittany enters the chat, then Brittany saying that I'm kissing your ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
well, Brittany can go to hell. Like, so what?
and
Like, what?
I don't
Brittany is
even
because
know the
Brittany,
history
Brittany,
between
you
y'all,
don't
and
even know
I
the
need to
history of
hear it.
Brittany, but Brittany is like a hater. She tried very, she's just a hater. Like she just tried very long to talk about me. If you go on her page, she has a diss track about my son. Like she's a witch,
Oh,
but
okay.
she doesn't. She's just like a hater that came out the gate hate like making videos trying to get my attention and stuff. She came out the gate like that. Like she didn't have anything to talk about. Okay, so she might be trying to insert herself in the conversation right now. She might be trying to, but again, she's not a person that's qualified. She's taller than her refrigerator in her house, so she doesn't know anything about renovations or anything. Brittany's probably trying to insert herself in the conversation, which I don't really care. I usually like ignore her because all she wants is like I said, she wants the hate train. Like if she said that, like she has everybody, all of my mods, everybody blocked. Like she's just like one of those people. If
Mhm.
she wants attention from you probably or something like that. Maybe she's trying to come back. I saw her trying to make post or whatever. But but my whole thing is when you look at it at like the bigger picture, Keisha is going to a different level. She's
Right.
going to a different place, and she can grasp a hold of different content right now. And for the reactors that are really qualified to talk about it, and I'm saying qualified because to make it an interesting conversation versus a weird, like childish conversation. The
Yeah,
people,
go ahead and talk for a couple minutes. I gotta go mute my mic. I'm listening, but I have to get my
okay,
kids out the
but
door.
yeah,
One
but
second.
what I'm saying is the people that are like qualified to have the conversation, like Keisha's gonna gain a different group of subscribers. She's gonna gain a different group of people that watch her. And if you think about it, like if Fran was reacting on renovations on her house, she's gonna be attracting people that want to talk about the renovations of a house. They want to with like women who are excited to hear stuff like that. Like, and if you in the chat, like, oh, she's this and she's that, like, how can she even attract those people? Like, you know what I'm saying? But somebody like, do anybody understand what I'm saying? If you disagree with what I'm saying, that's cool too. But I just think that the conversation about Keisha right now is like over a lot of people's heads. Like they don't even know how to talk about it because she's doing well. She's doing very
And
well.
congratulations, Keisha. For
Yeah,
real,
I just
that's
think that,
awesome.
like, KP, could you imagine, like, let's say Fran does react on mommies, but she starts reacting on the renovations of the house, whether good or bad. I'm
Right.
just saying, people who I speak. So, for instance, I just saw a couple that they own their home. They're a couple. They're married. Okay, and they were like excited about her buying a house. They're like, "Oh my god, I want to see what she's gonna do. I want to see this. I want to see that." Could you imagine if Fran did bring interior decorators or designers on there? There's a different conversation for a different group of people that
Right.
actually understand that process. So, like right now, okay, Keisha is a content creator with 500,000 subscribers. Do you think that if you're smart, you will be an interior designer, decorator, a contractor that want to reach out to her to do a collab? Because
Definitely.
everybody's going to be tuned in to what she has going on. And people who are qualified, maybe people who are looking for renovations, maybe people looking for new flooring, that's a totally different conversation. And for them to want to stay in a box of reacting to Jeremy getting a car, but the best
Right.
I find is Jeremy getting in a car accident, that he got in a car accident a long time ago. And now y'all saying, oh, it's a lie. Like that man almost died in a car accident. Like, what are you talking about?
Mm, yeah.
It's like they can't find anything. So yeah, don't focus on the negative people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
just
Don't focus on the negative.
I think it's not fair for I think it's not fair for yes, I was being messy in the chat, of course. That's just how and everybody was being messy in the chat. Like we were being
Right.
so people are used to me being blocked everywhere I go. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're not
Yeah.
used to being able to talk in the chat. So just because
Yeah, and I mean, I let it go for a little while, and then I was just like, because you was gonna be actually the first one, but then I saw that pregnancy comment, and my finger just automatically went to timeout. It just
yeah.
did, and
So I'm
then
gonna
you said something afterwards, and I timed you out, and that's just how it went.
Yeah, I just said I had a miscarriage. But I know how you are. Like I know,
Right.
and then you got to know that I know those people. Like I know, honestly, I know the people that was talking to me. I know who they are. So it's not
Okay.
like I know they say really disgusting things. Like those are the people that say disgusting things in other people's chat, and or come in my comment section saying disgusting things. So I just that it was. I think it was a Tennessee person and the
Mhm.
robot person. That
Right.
robot. I couldn't see what Brittany Blabber was saying because I think I have her blocked. She has me blocked, so
Oh,
I
okay.
couldn't I couldn't see
Yeah,
anything.
and then Fran wasn't obviously highlighting it, so you
Yeah,
couldn't
I
see
mean,
it.
and it wasn't like Fran was trying to be being extra messy, like
No, she
highlight.
wasn't at all.
No, but I mean, at the same time, like being messy for a long period of time in the chat, like it to shit, it went
And
I
I
went to
just,
I
I just
went to
want to
time
say
out.
thank you for coming up here. And I just want
Yeah,
to just say, if you guys see me in the chat and you don't like me, just act like you don't see me. It's like, like I said, I was in Ty Cherie's chat and I went off on Fifi, and that wasn't necessary. And so, I think Fifi said something along the lines of act like you don't know me or whatever. And I'm doing that. I'm trying to do that also in my content. So, um,
yeah. They're
you
just
know,
used to me not. I mean, they just used to me being blocked everywhere. That's all.
okay, well, I'm
That's
not
what it
gonna
is. They
block
used
you
to be being
unless
blocked. I'm talking about blocked. I can't talk in nobody's chat. I
oh,
wouldn't be able to like they would be talking cocaine shit about me in somebody's chat, and I would never be able. Like they have me blocked everywhere. Like trust
oh,
me,
okay.
and everybody that supports me is blocked. That's probably why you don't
Really?
really. Yeah, like
Okay.
even if they don't even if they've never commented in somebody's chat, they could go to try to comment and they be blocked. So
Hmm.
that's how it goes normally. That's why they're not used to that. Me not being blocked.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of alliances and a lot of people that don't like each other in the chat this morning, and it almost went south, and I'm glad that we are able to get through it and talk about it.
Yeah, but honestly, for I would say for Fran, like not to say. I mean, if you want to have a mature conversation, yeah, don't be messy in the chat. It could derail
Right,
the thing.
right.
But
I think so.
that's why I know like I wouldn't be able to go. I could listen in the bushes, but I wouldn't go like in her chat every day because they would. I mean, I could say hello and it would go like, "Oh my
Right,
God, she's here," like that. That's how
right.
that's how they
Yeah,
do.
they were like security's here, and
Yeah.
it's and I'm sure it's hard for you to hear something about your friend that's not true, and you want to speak up and say
Well, I
something.
wasn't even. I mean, it wasn't even that serious. I was going to tell her like, if you wanted to know about the accident, I was going to say it. But they was all, oh, they was talking about him drinking lean and sipping lean. Like it was just
Right, right, right.
like, I mean, that's what her chat normally is. So I'm not there to derail the her what she got going on. You know what I'm saying? I just was like, I mean, I was also being messy, so I could say that too.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I don't think I don't even I didn't come in there being messy. I just said hey, and they were like, security's here. But
Well,
yeah. Oh
would
no,
you
no,
be
I talked about the house.
willing to have a discussion on my platform about the whole talking about the misgendering or possibly of Paris? If not, then I understand. But I've always been curious about it. Not curious about her just of where did it come from and why why is it
Well,
being brought up?
where as far as where it came from. I mean, okay. I my thing is as far as misgendering, they don't have a problem with Paris misgendering women, and they
Mhm.
didn't have a problem with Paris misgendering Jeremy. So
Oh, okay. I don't know the
the-
history, just like we all like
okay,
you don't know
so
the history of the mommy
nobody
sector. I
cares.
get
Nobody
it.
cares that Paris called Jeremy a girl, a woman, and gay, and say he was a bottom. Nobody cared
Mhm.
about that. But that was before we knew that Paris was a cross dresser. So before we knew
Okay.
that Paris was a cross dresser, everything was fine. But that now that he's a man to me. So when he looks like a man to me. So when I see him, I see a man. So
Okay.
um if he felt like I look like whatever I look like before we found out, once we found out that you're a man, that why does that give you a special why do you feel like that gives you a special right when you were doing all this time making 36 videos speaking on people and what they got going on in their life and speaking on their sexual preferences and things like that. So if you can do that to other people when it's done to you, why do you feel like you have some extra right just because you were hiding the fact that you were a man?
Okay. I just wanted to add thank you for clearing that up right now because I was just like, "What?
So
Where did that come from?"
basically,
Thank you,
Paris
E
tries to
baby.
use it as a tool, a crush, to be like, stop misgendering Paris. But nobody cares when they say that Jeremy's gay and he's a straight
Mm,
man. They don't care about
okay.
it. So if they don't care, I don't understand what's the point. So that's where it comes from. When me and Paris was going back and forth, going back and forth, he was calling me insults, insulting the way I looked and everything. And I did the same thing to him, and I just so happened to find out that he was a man.
Okay. Well,
I
thank
mean,
you
I
for
was also speaking on children and bullying children, and that it was a lot. It was a lot that Paris has done, but Paris pretends like Paris didn't do it. So it's like, oh my God, you don't have to misgender Paris. That's why they say it. They just use it as a reason, just like how they doing with what's the girl name? No one's favorite and Chanel,
Mhm.
and they like you shouldn't like Chanel because she said this, but it's like,
Right.
well, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I chose to. She said it for. I feel like she said it for a reason. You came for it, and I like her. You can't make me. They try to make people say like, oh, I don't agree with what D did because she did that. But and when I first said it, Paris tried to basically run the transphobic card.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not transphobic. I have transgender friends.
Right.
I have people that I know. I was in the beauty industry, so I know a lot of gay people, but I just don't support what Paris
Hold
does.
on, let me address Teresa Jones' comment. You said this kind of saddens me. Oh my God. What saddens you, Teresa? Please elaborate on that. Welcome to the chat, everyone. Good morning. But go ahead, me.
Yeah, well, Teresa said, "Oh no, I hate this outing someone." Yeah, I don't know. I've never like outed someone before, but I mean,
Mhm.
that person is a person that likes to out people. So
Okay.
it was it saddened me to what Paris was doing. So
Okay, well, we're just gonna leave that alone over here. Thank
I
you.
mean, listen, people, and when people talk about it, this is what I think. People talk about it, and Paris tries to use it as a crutch, so no
Mhm.
one can, because that's, I guess, an insecurity that Paris has. But Paris will talk about everyone else's insecurities, and then people will come in the chat, and they'll be like,
I just
"Oh,
feel
you
like
should."
I go ahead.
It's not. Listen, I've talked to transgender people. I've had gay men on my chat. I mean, on my panel platform before, and I've explained with all honesty the things that Paris has done. And they
Mhm.
always say like, you can't, if you could give a jab to somebody, if you could jab and do all that bullying and harassment that Paris does, you can't be mad when somebody call you out your name. You call me out my name, you call me bitches and hoes and all kind of names. Like, so for me to call you a man, for you to disrespect my child and all the things that Paris does, and y'all mad because I said he was a man? Oh no.
And if and when Paris does feel as though she wants to share, her gender, how would you feel about that? Like
Go
if
ahead,
she
do it.
comes.
I think he should have been did it. If you want somebody, his whole thing is Keisha needs to live in her truth. Keisha a liar. If you go look at his
Mhm.
platform right now, all it says is Keisha, la 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 la. Everything that Keisha says out her mouth, la 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 la. Well, you're telling people that you're a woman, and that's a la 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 la.
Mhm.
Like, so if you are in the business of go, if you look at Paris Page is strictly dedicated to one woman, tearing down her brand.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Like Paris said she didn't. Paris didn't care if Keisha committed the S word, all of that.
Mm.
Like, you talking about her
Okay.
children and everything like that, and you want somebody to be sensitive enough to your feelings to say that you're a woman and you're not. No, I mean, personally, I don't. I mean, but
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, on your platform, you do whatever you want. But
right.
I don't. I look at him. He's a man. He's a man that dresses put a wig on, and that's just it. And you
And you have every right to give your opinion on that. And just because you have an opinion on that, people are labeling you as what is it,
no,
homophobic
they.
or
I
I
don't
don't
care.
know. No,
I
no, I know. I'm just
I mean,
letting
I
you
don't
know.
care when they say I'm transphobic because I know I'm not
Mhm.
transphobic.
Transphobic, yeah.
I know that they are using it as a talking point or as a point to make people to think they're going to make people not like me. But that's okay because I know that there are people that like to talk about and speak disgusting things about children. So if you
Right.
think me calling him a man is horrible, I think the things
Right.
you say about her child is horrible. I thought it was very disgusting when parents made fun of a child in a helmet. I think that it was very
Okay.
disgusting when parents lied. And I think it was very disgusting when parents tried to mess up a mother and her brand deals and has a hate. has a
Well, if I
content.
may insert myself, the reason why I do not do many reactions on Keisha, I did used to watch Paris, and I just was like kind of turned off by wanting to do reactions on it from watching Paris' reactions. So I was like, this is all she's talking about. I don't have nothing to get you, Paris, but it was a lot, and it just made me not interested.
Yeah. I mean, to know that Paris is transgender for me, and for transgender women, normally they are fighting to, stop hate for an entire community. They are, fighting to not be, harmed and
Right.
because of their sexuality. For for a person like that to lead a hate train on a woman, and for a year. Okay, we're on a year now. This is the anniversary of Paris at this point. For
Mhm.
a man, a transgender woman to do that, I find that to be very hypocritical, and I just find it to be a problem. And I also like it weirds me out because before we knew that Paris was transgender, we thought that Paris was a person that you could look to give mommy advice and advice about children and things like that. But how could
Mhm.
you be in this conversation? You can never bear children. Never. You don't know anything that is, you don't know any, you can't say that she doesn't have postpartum depression.
Okay,
You never.
let's address Nancy's. Nancy says, "Why is this now all about hating on Paris? Meek seems to have a tendency to take over and dominate lives." No, she's not dominating this live. I actually had wanted to talk about this, but I was
Yeah.
going to wait for another time to talk
Well,
about it,
we can
Nancy.
wait, but that's also a narrative that they like to spin.
No, no, no,
Not
no, it's
we're
okay.
not
I just wanted to speak up. This is my platform, Nancy,
yeah.
and I actually did want to talk about it, but I didn't have that much time. And
Oh,
we
okay,
just
we can
ended
talk
up,
about
how the group conscious leads a group. Well, the group conscious leads also my live, and this is what we're talking about. And yeah.
so
So go
KP,
ahead.
that's another thing that they like to do. They like to say when I start speaking on a topic, they'll come over here because I did share your live, so I'm sure my the Paris people here. So they like to say
Oh.
why are we talking about Paris? As soon as I start to say, what I got to say, they'll start to
Uh-huh.
say, why are we talking about Paris? Why are we talking about Paris? And
Well,
why does
honestly, I was interested. I was
yeah
interested in it, but I was a little you
press the
know,
time?
I was going to be reserved about talking about it because I don't want to get attacked by the transgender community because I'm talking about it.
You not
Um,
trust me, you
and
not.
it's something that I've been very curious about.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand why she does not speak her truth. But it is what it is. It's like, what's her name? She's the cosmetic guru. Cosmetic guru. What's her
Oh,
name?
dang, I can't think of her name.
Oh gosh, somebody give us a lifeline. She's
Oh,
blonde.
she's white. Is she white?
Yes, what is her
Damn. She was transgender the whole time and then nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
See,
To be continued part 2.
yeah.
Um,
But I'm just telling you that that's not. Listen, you could respectfully have the conversation,
yeah, I
and
will. I
people.
will
I think
respectfully
that
have
it's.
this conversation
I
at another time.
Yeah, I think it's crazy though that people try to
Okay,
scare
let's
you
hold
away.
on. Teresa Jones says, "KP, I have a trans nephew. I have a special place in my heart. It was hard for him to speak up, and God bless your transgender nephew. I also have a sister, she's not my blood sister, but we grew up together, and her brother has completely had a transformation, and I've known him since he was 8 years old, and I could talk about that. So it's not about us hating Paris at all. Well, I'm speaking of
No,
myself. It's not about that. It's just a topic. There's so much that I could talk
no, it's
about
you.
within this
Mm.
topic. But anyway,
They like to listen. The Paris supporters, honestly, they like to come over to where I'm at when I talk about this topic because they don't want me to explain the disgusting things that Paris has done. So this is not about the transgender community,
right.
but it is a conversation because for me, I feel like a transgender that is actually a bully, and then once you're called out, then you want to use the LGBT community to bully me again. Like, no,
That's right.
you cannot say so. No, we can't talk about it. No, 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 no. I was I did speak on Paris. I spoke on Paris, and I also feel like as women, just like I don't know if remember the Asian doll and Nikita Dragon thing when Nikita Drake, Nikita
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
you
That's
know,
a whole
bad
nother story. I
conversation.
want to talk about that.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
so the first thing that Nikita Dragon did was say, "Oh my God, she's transphobic." No, she's saying, "Why did you put dick on her? You put a dick
Right.
on her, saying that she
So,
looked like a man." And so,
so you know what? I'm gonna do a part 2 of this discussion, and it's
mhm,
going to be labeled exactly how it is. Live chat turns into war zones. I like who I like. This is going to be part 1, and we'll do part 2, and you can pull up when you want to because I
yeah,
gotta get these kids to school.
yeah, I
Okay.
just got my. You must be in a different time zone.
I'm in California.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
So
I just got my son to school. I'm trying to rush and do my stuff too. But
okay, okay.
I just wanted to call
So
in to tell you I appreciate I appreciate you. And yeah, it's just like it's non-biased. Like they want to create.
right,
It's just you being not biased. That's all. And
right.
biased people get upset at that. But I'm just saying that I can agree that I was a little messy in the chat. Everybody was messy in the chat. So for people to get upset that they got timed out, it's you know
Thank you, thank you. And I like who I like, and like it or love me, leave me. I don't care. Talk to you guys later, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.